What's up, guys? You know who it is, djwoopig, and today I'm back with another video. So hey, back on the grind. Anyway, here today I'm gonna give you guys a little preview of my new favorite speaker. And when I say favorite, I'm not joking. Like, this is legit my new favorite. It's the smallest, it's the most powerful powered speaker that I own, and it's fantastic. What's going on, guys? Before we get today's video started, I have to give a special shout out to a few people. Barry Green from New Jersey, Tanya Garza from San Antonio, Texas, and Mario Vines from Virginia. So these people so graciously purchased something off of me and Savannah's baby registry on Amazon. Again, we're okay. You don't have to buy us anything, but some people were asking about where they could pick us up something, so we did this, and I'm blown away. Like, already 3 people have graciously purchased something for our child, so that's awesome. I can't say thank you enough. I really can't, especially in like times like this where our event industry has like gone down and pay has gone down and things are a little bit tighter than normal. I can't say thank you enough. So Barry Green, Tanya Garza, and Mario Vines, thank you so much. Again, if you're interested in buying us something, you don't have to, but if you're interested, the link will be in the description below. So once again, thank you. I appreciate it. Some of you guys may be saying, John, I saw in the title you're reviewing a Turbosound speaker. Like, what's up with that? Stand by. Turbosound, they've never really been known for their consumer DJ line of speakers. They've always been known for either their wide format speakers, stuff you see at concerts, or their installation stuff that you would see, you know, installed at a venue, church, you know, house of worship, whatever. They're known for those two things, not necessarily a compact portable speaker. Well, that in past years has changed, just like everyone. Everybody's now has a powered speaker for the DJ, the live sound, the guitarist, the vocalist, whatever, a portable compact speaker. Now, all of you guys probably know that I am a big fan of Electro Voice. I own the EKX series. I own the ZLX series. I used to own the QRX series. Now I've got some X-Array stuff. The list goes on and on. I also am a fan of JBL. I've got JBL subs and VRX for my big rig, and those have all worked out really well for me. But I was looking for a very small compact speaker that would virtually disappear wherever you put it. I was also looking for something that was super versatile, meaning it could be flown or put on a pole or used in a wedge situation. And then I was looking for something, of course, that was powered, had built-in DSP, so on and so forth. And that's where I found the Turbosound IQ8. Now, look at this little guy. It's small, it's compact, it's almost the size of my big peanut head. But don't let that don't get it twisted. This thing weighs almost 35 pounds, which is almost as much as a ZLX 15, which, by the way, those are still great speakers. I'm still a fan of Electro Voice, but hey, things are changing, okay? Things are changing. It features a 2500 watt Class D powered amplifier with Clark Technic processing. If you don't know who Clark Technic is, and I'm not going to say way back in the day, but like they were a major brand whenever analog gear was around. So back in the day before you had digital consoles, everything was analog, and the best stuff to have was the Clark Technic stuff. Now they've transformed into the digital world, and you'll see a lot of the Clark Technic powered EQs and processors in a lot of the most popular digital consoles, and that is the brains behind the operation of the IQ8. This speaker is super versatile. You can fly it, which I've done before. It works out well. You can use it as a front fill on a main stage, which I've also done. Works really well. And then, of course, you've got the traditional pole mount. The one thing that I like about this speaker, as opposed to any of the other powered speakers that I have, is it's got 2 holes controls either a straight or an angled mount system on the bottom, so you can have this thing up in the air and pointed straight down, or kind of at like a 40-ish degree angle down at the crowd. So if you're working with rooms that are super wide but very long, this is probably a good option, so you can put them up in the air and get the coverage that you need to your crowd. I turn the speaker around, we've got lots of options for inputs and outputs. We'll start with the PowerCon inputs and outputs. PowerCon is a locking power system. You see it on a lot of lights nowadays. It's starting to become more prevalent with the speaker market, but a lot of speakers still use the IECs, and a lot of them don't even have like a locking IEC version. So that means if you give it one good yank, it's going to come out of there. This one, however, has PowerCon in and PowerCon out, meaning that you can link another speaker to this and power it off one cable, or if if you're working in a situation where you only need one and you want to power something else, I have built some PowerCon to Edison jumps. That way a guitarist or whoever can utilize the power coming off of this speaker to plug in their pedal board or an accessory or anything else. Having that onboard outboard power is fantastic. And then with your inputs, you've got two Neutrik combo jacks, so that's XLR or 1/4 inch, and then outputs for those, you have your standard Neutrik XLR output A, output B, and then you have a mix output that will take the mix that you're sending this in and send it directly out. These outputs are direct, so whatever you're sending to it, it's gonna send straight through, whereas the mix, it's gonna send out what you have programmed inside of the speaker. It's gonna send that out via that mix output. Super duper dope technology, ins and throughs on the Ultranet software. So if you're like me and you own a couple of the Behringer products, X32s, X32 Compact, whatever, you can utilize this Ultranet and really daisy chain all of your mixes. With Ultranet, it gives you 16 available outputs, and the only thing you got to do is plug in one Cat5 and you can daisy chain your entire mix system off of one input, which is some great technology. All right, when you power it up, you're going to see IQ8. That's the model from Turbosound. You may not be able to see, but it's got that powered by Clark Technic right there. There's several different menu options here. There's process, setup, exit, and enter. Of course, the process is the most thing that's going to be used by a lot of you guys. On the model, this speaker has speaker modeling. So right now we have it set on the IQ8. That's the model of this speaker, but you can also have it sound like something else from the Turbosound lineup, which is pretty ingenious in my opinion. It's a great option. If you like the sound characteristics of another speaker, you can have it model that. Now, going even further, if you wanted to have it sound like a speaker from a different manufacturer, using your X32, M32, or Midas consoles, you can have this speaker model a different speaker from another manufacturer. So if you're used to hearing the sound of a particular JBL or Evie speaker and you want that to be modeled in this IQ8, if you like the sound characteristics of it, this speaker can model it, something that I don't know that any other company does, and I think it's pretty slick. You've got your built-in EQ, so you've got live, speech, playback, or none. If you just want it flat across the board, pretty common setup. You can go to your crossover and have it crossover with the 15 or 18 IQ series, or you can have a user-defined crossover as well. If you're using it with a different speaker manufacturer, I always recommend crossing it over at 80 Hertz, as would anybody else. You can also throw it in phase or out of phase. And then your last option here is your feedback equalizer. If you click on that, there's several different options. There's auto, single frequency, learn, and reset. So on the auto, it's going to automatically listen to those problematic frequencies that give a lot of us problems, especially if you're using this in a wedge or monitor situation. That's probably the best place to leave it. And then you can put it in the single frequency feedback killer, and then you can also put it in the learn. So what that learn will do is it will shoot out a noise that will automatically notch a frequency. So let's set that up real quick and I'll show you how that works. Right Right now I've got a SM58 on a stand in front of the speaker, and it's going to learn what frequency it will most likely give us some problems. When we click on that learn, you're going to hear a pop, and then it's going to adjust the frequency that it hears. And as you can see, it learned that frequency and it's notched it right there on our screen. So that is the process settings on the IQ8 from Turbosound. If we go to the setup, we can go to our inputs. We can switch from local to Ultranet. Now, of course, if you don't have anything plugged into your Ultranet ports, then it's going to say check Ultranet because it's not getting any signal. Next up, we can have it on the position setting, wall, ceiling, corner. All of these are options. I also use them for front fills. Now that's not an option on here, but you can use them for even a wedge. Now it doesn't have the standard wedge configuration like most, dual speakers do, but I've done it before. It just takes a little finessing. And then it's got a built-in delay, which is great for speakers in this line. If you're looking at other manufacturers for the price point, you're not going to find a speaker that has a built-in delay. You can delay it by feet, milliseconds, or meters. So delays work if you are trying to do an outfill or a delay speaker or delay stack or whatever you're trying to do. If you're going to be a significant amount of feet away from your main loudspeaker system, then this is where that delay would come into place, and it can go a ways. And then you also have a built-in limiter. So let's say you're using this without let's say you're using it without a mixer. You're plugging straight into the speaker and you don't want your speaker harmed or damaged. You can put in a limiter in place. That way it's only going to get so loud. Of course, sometimes that works out good. Sometimes, it doesn't work out so well, but you've got that tool in place should you need it. And then the setup's going to give you all of your traditional stuff that you need. The contrast, brightness of this LCD display. You can turn it on or off. You can have the logo on or off. And then, of course, you can lock your loudspeaker. Now, I know what some of you guys are thinking. All the talk is great, but let's actually hear the thing. And I want to give out a very, very, very important disclaimer. Look, guys, you're not going to be able to get the full scope of what this thing sounds like through a video on the internet. So the best thing you can do, always the best thing you can do, is go to a local shop to see if they have this speaker. Now, a lot of the places, Sam Ash, Guitar Center, some of your local music shops, they won't have this. So what you need to do is reach out to some of your local production companies. Maybe they have some Turbosound inventory, and then go from there. Last thing that you can do is reach out to Turbosound, look out for a Turbosound rep, and see if they can set up a demo. Maybe if there's 5 or 6 or whoever, however many people in your area that are interested in Turbosound, maybe they can set up a demo for you in your area. So again, this is not the best way to go about testing a speaker to see if you want to buy it, but I'm going to play some music for you just so you can see, or just so you can hear what it sounds like. It may sound good, it may not. In person, sounds fantastic.
Sound for the home is recorded on 2 separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back simultaneously on two separate systems, the sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound, impossible to obtain in our normal recording.
And with that being said, that is why the IQ8 is my new favorite speaker. It's an awesome speaker. It's got plenty of horsepower. It sounds fantastic. It's very versatile. You can hang it. You can put it on a pole. You can use it as a front fill or a wedge. It doesn't really matter. This thing sounds fantastic. I will say, back in the earlier part of the year, we used the IQ8s along with our EKX 18 subs in a huge convention room, you know, for one of the bigger bridal shows here in the state, and we got told several times to turn it down, and it was not that loud. Believe me, I'm not the guy that goes to a bridal show that tries to blast out every other DJ there, but it was not loud at all, and it performed super well. So if you're looking for something that you want to downsize your current setup, maybe you're going out with a pair of 12s or a pair of 15s along with a pair of 18-inch subs, I think if you paired the IQ8s along with a 12 or 15-inch sub, you can get exactly what you're looking for in a smaller setup than what we use traditionally. I think something like this would work out a lot better for the guys that are looking to make their rig more compact than, let's say, a column array speaker. I still haven't heard a column array speaker that I'm just blown out of the water with. And the problem with the column array is it's not very versatile. You know, us being a production and DJ company, whenever I'm looking to make a purchase, I look for versatility other than looks and, you know, how it looks on a picture. I'm all about what it can do for me. And that's going to wrap up this demo on the Turbosound IQ8. Be sure, if you can, check these speakers out in your local area, market. It doesn't matter. Just get your ears in front of them before you decide to make your next speaker purchase, because you may find some good things in the Turbosound line other than, you know, the traditional EV, JBL, Yamaha, that type of stuff. And with that being said, if you got any questions, comments, leave them down below. Also, feel free to reach out to me on social media or even shoot me an email. Doesn't matter as long as you don't give me a call. My name is John Simmons, also known as djwoopig. We'll see you on the next one. Later.